Broadcasting live worldwide.
I promise to be all that I can be. I promise to be on time. I promise to be the person that you remember me as. I promise to never treat you that way. I promise to be your best friend for life. I promise to never call you by that name again. I promise to inspire you, not to hurt you. I promise to never make you cry. I promise to always be this person forever. I promise. I promise. I promise. Those are very powerful words. How often have you used that word? I promise. 2 words, I should say. How often have you used that phrase? And what came after that? Have you stuck to it? Have you lived up to the expectations? When you promised somebody something, did you complete that promise? Did you succeed? And if you failed, have you made up for the promises that you made? Have faith, let it begin. Starts right now.
Hi, Daddy.
Ariel, can you say, have faith?
Again.
On June 16th, 2018, a show designed for you, the Daily Commuter, went live. A weekly show all about faith. A show with motivational topics, inspirational stories, and personal testimony set out to change the world.
Hello, my name is Amari, and today we are back on another episode of Have Faith and Let's Begin. Hi, my name is Isabella, and you're listening to Have Faith, Let It Begin.
Hi, I am Mia, and you are listening to Have Faith, Let It Begin.
Welcome to Have Faith. Let it begin. Here's your host, Angel Santana.
Can you say, have faith, let it begin? Huh? Yeah. Yeah? Daddy loves you. Daddy loves you. Ariel, can you say, have faith?
Again.
Let it begin?
Again.
Say, have faith.
Again.
Let it begin.
No.
No? Okay.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Have Faith, Let It Begin. I promise this episode will be over at the 9-minute mark. How often have you said those phrases, those 2 words, I promise? How often have those words been said to you, and they have always been declined? They've always failed. How often have you heard that phrase and you said, yeah, right? I promise is a very powerful 2 words. When you make that promise to someone, whether it's by marriage, friendship, loyalty, work, in passing, as a favor, you really should do your very best to honor those 2 words, that phrase. If you promise to do something, you really have to do your best to make sure it happens. Because when you promise something, you're asking for trust. You're asking for that person to believe in you. And when you don't hold your promise, the trust starts to disappear, disintegrate. And after so many promises that don't run true, you start to realize that just maybe this may not be working out the best to your ability. And that could apply in everything. You know, when I've heard those phrases before, I remember saying that when I become a dad, if I ever tell my child, in this case Ariel, I promise, I've always will follow through. And I've noticed it with Ariel. When I say I promise, she calms down. If she's acting up and I say, listen, I promise you we're going to go back outside. I promise you I will take you here. She looks at me and says, I promise. And I know that I've gained her trust. I remember telling my friends when I first met them, the ones that are no longer my friends, that I would promise to always be there for them no matter what. But I promised them that in order for me to do that, they have to never disobey my trust. They may never, ever do certain things that I don't agree with. And it's no secret. I do set boundaries. I set rules to my friends. And it's very simple. Don't lie to me. Don't disrespect me. And don't do drugs. If you fail one of those three, I move forward. I know that sounds pretty rough, but I have to. Because when I let somebody into my inner circle, I have to be able to trust them with my whole life. I have to be able to understand them and believe in them that they would believe in me. Now, for some of you, they may be like, wow, that's pretty rough, Angel. I don't know. Well, I've lost a lot of friends along the way. And I lost them because they did things that were just unforgivable. Now, you could sit back and say everybody's forgivable. Yes, they are. And I have forgiven them for what they've done to me. But I have not returned the favor and allowed them to be a part of my friendship. So you can forgive somebody for not holding their promise. But after a while, promises tend to not feel as good when somebody declares that they're going to promise something to you. So let me leave you with these words. How often have you made a promise and realized that you really haven't followed through? How often have you made promises that you wish you can keep, but things have happened and eventually, in time, you've made do? Now, I'm a firm believer that a promise doesn't need to expire. If you make a promise, I'm not saying make a promise today and then all of a sudden a year from now it says, see, I did it, so I honored my promise. No. What I'm saying is, you can make a promise, and it may not happen right at that very moment because of the maybe last-minute distractions, but at least follow through. Because there are other people on the other end of that words that they stand by, that they live by, that they hold by, that will hold you accountable for being that person. And nothing is hurtful, nothing feels worse than when a person makes a promise and breaks that trust, breaks that promise. So today, I'm asking each and every one of you to make a promise to yourself that you will never, ever break a promise. Be true to yourself, be true to others, and allow them to understand that God is with you, that God believes in you, that God loves you, and He will never leave your side. I said this morning that my show and this episode would end at 9 minutes. That was my promise to you. And my promise will stand true. I hope all of you have a blessed morning, a blessed day, a blessed week. And never forget, have faith, let it begin. This episode ends at 9 minutes. Why? Because I promised.